Well, it's state playoff time here. Opening round matchup here, and it's a big one. Considered probably the biggest one in the state here on the opening playoff weekend as Genoa gets ready to take on Bryan in round one here in the playoffs here of Division 4 on the Toledo Sports Network. Hi, folks. Mick Gonzalez here, along with Steve Taylor. Mike Bauman will be joining us here momentarily. And Steve, we got a couple of teams here that are undefeated, and their offenses. It's a tale of two different cities here. As you got Bryan, who they're a team that they got that guy number 12, Austin Schimmeler, who he likes to throw the ball a lot.
He likes to throw early, and he throws it often. He's got good size, about 6'3", so he can see over the defense. He has good targets. Ponzak is one of his targets he likes to throw the ball to. I see their receivers. They have good size, so look for them to throw the football early and often.
Now, of course, on the other side of the coin here, you're going to look at, Genoa, and for them, if it isn't broke, why fix it? When you've got those guys back there in the backfield like Nutter, Espinoza, et cetera. Casey Goes, of course, is another one that they all follow behind the big man up front wearing number 73.
Michael Dieter is the guy. It all starts and stops with him. No guesswork involved with him. Wherever he lines up, look for the Genoa to run the football. The question tonight, can Bryan match up physically in the trenches to be able to slow down a very potent Genoa Common offense?
Well, I'll tell you what, this place is packed, and we still got a long way before kickoff on, here in the game. But I'm looking forward to this. This should be a beauty as Bryan and Genoa hook it up. The battle of the unbeatens here in the opening round of the state playoffs. We'll have the opening kickoff when we come back right here on the Toledo Sports Network. Well, here we are. State playoffs underway. Here is opening night. We've got Genoa and Bryan all set to hook up here on the Toledo Sports Network. Steve, I tell you what, this is my favorite time of year, playoff football here at the high school level. And you and I have been doing this for a while now, but it never gets old.
It never gets old. But another thing that we don't get is we don't get a chance to see a great first-round matchup. This one here has potential great first round written all over it. I'm interested to see how this one plays out.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to turn it over right now to our colleague, Mike Bauman. And Bomber, I want to get your perspective on the sideline there. What are your keys for this game tonight for both teams?
Well, my keys, Mick, are you look at both these teams tonight. Both these teams coming in undefeated. As you just said, this is a matchup that's better suited for a district final than it is the opening round playoff game. But with Waite defeating Woodward last week, that catapulted Genoa ahead of Bryan. So both of these teams here tonight have really good defenses. Everybody's going to focus on offense. But what I'm going to be looking for Genoa are the three big fellas up front of the defensive line, Dieter, Traver, and Rozek. Those guys are going to face a good dual-threat quarterback tonight with Austin Schimmeler. He's got 38 touchdowns on the year. 12 of those have been on the ground. So this spread attack is really going to give them a lot of options. Over 250 yards receiving for 4 different receivers. And Genoa, I think the key is going to be, obviously, you look at Nutter in the backfield. He's averaging 9 yards a carry. Bryan's going to be ready for that. What they're going to have to look out for in that 3-5-3 defense is Minor in the back end. He's got 4 interceptions this season, so when they spread it out and open it up and look to go to a guy like Casey Ghost, that's a guy they're going to have to watch out for is Minor in the backfield of that defense. But I tell you what, I think it really is. It comes down to turnovers and those defensive fronts tonight, fellas.
Well, I tell you what, like I said, no matter what happens tonight, I got a feeling they'll be talking about this one for a while, as it's going to be a beauty here as we wait for the opening kick. Oh, by the way, the Genoa Comets won the toss. They will defer to the second half, so that means that Bryan gets the ball right out of the gate.
Well, that's what they want to do. You're at home. What you want to do is try to feed off your home cooking right now. Utilize some of that energy defensively to try to set the tone. Try to really get a 3 and out, get the ball back for your offense and see what happens.
Well, we're looking forward to it as Genoa in their home maroon with silver and white pants, maroon helmets. And, of course, Bryan in their gold helmets with their white jerseys and purple numbers. As about a minute away here from the opening kickoff. I'll tell you, you can tell this one's a big one here because, I mean, we are like crammed in here like sardines. I mean, I hope the fire marshal doesn't come into the press box to see how many people are in here.
Absolutely. A couple of signature wins on the season for Bryan. A big one against Patrick Henry. They beat Patrick Henry 28-6. That's one of their low-scoring efforts. They beat Swanton 63-0. They ran up 54 against Evergreen. So this team is used to lighting the lamp a lot, striking up the band. The Genoa Comets want to prevent that tonight. What's going to happen? Well, we'll find out right about now, Mick Gonzalez.
Yeah, absolutely. As we await the kickoff from Pickard, as he will send it deep here in just a moment. Right now we're waiting here as they get ready to kick. I tell you, the whole place, it's a sold-out house. I mean, they got people all along the fences, all the way around the field, and there's several deep. So we're looking forward to what should be an absolutely fantastic matchup here. And this is just the opening round. That's the beauty of it.
Absolutely right.
The line judge is Ken Kuhlman, and the back judge is Frank Spizak.
We await the whistle. Here it is, and here comes the opening kickoff as we are underway. As Pickard sends it deep into the end zone, that's going to be an automatic touchback, and the Golden Bears will scrimmage 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. As, of course, they're fueled by their quarterback, Austin Schimmeler.
The keys to the game for Bryan right now is they really want to dictate tempo. They want to play up-tempo. They want to play fast and furious and play downhill. What Genoa wants to do is slow that down.
So it's 1st and 10 here from their own 20. Here's the snap as Schimmeler in the gun rolls out to his left, dumps it over on the left side, and that one goes incomplete. As his intended receiver was Sean Culler. And on the coverage there for the Comets, Andrew Belsick.
Well, Culler ran a good route. All he did is just ran it out. That's a tough throw for that quarterback to want to roll out left and throw that way. That's really tough to ask your quarterback to do.
Now here's the handoff here, and I believe it is Alex Hayes. And it's going to be a pickup of about 2, maybe. It'll be 3rd down. So early on here, Genoa with some top-notch defense. And, of course, now here the Bryan Golden Bears going to no huddle. But, well, Genoa wasn't ready, so they're going to take a timeout here. We've only played 25 seconds here in this opening quarter, 11:35 on the clock, and Genoa spending their first time out.
Blackberry Corner on the corner of 579 and Elliston Road is a proud sponsor of Genoa football and has the best burgers, chicken, and pizza. You know the pizza. Everyone knows the pizza. Blackberry Corner also has charbroiled pork ribs and Jim's famous chicken dinners. Whether it's appetizers, pizza, or a full dinner, the great folks at Blackberry Corner can help fill you up and save you money. Stop out to Blackberry Corners on the corner of State Route 579 and Elliston Road for a meal or just a snack. Brad Sutphin, 419-345-5566, and RE/MAX Preferred Associates can help you find the perfect house or help with you selling your property. For over 22 years, Brad Sutphin has been able to help with all of your Northwestern Ohio real estate needs. Call him today at 419-345-5566.
Whether you support the Comets, the Panthers, or the Bulldogs, the Eagles, Wildcats, or Flyers, we at Genoa Bank support you. We're a local bank that takes pride in serving our community with personal and prompt service, innovative products, and stable financial guidance. We're a bank that believes in playing our part, and well, that's earned us quite a few fans of our own. Genoa Bank, playing our part in the community, taking your banking needs personally.
Near the right hash mark. Empty field here. You got trips to the right. Schimmeler takes the snap. He's going to roll out to his right. He's going to air it down the field. He's got a receiver open, and he's shaking it off, and he's able to get into Genoa territory inside the 40 to about the 35-yard line. We'll see where they spot that ball, but a huge play here for the Bryan Golden Bears.
Well, Nisley did a good job. He ran a deep route. What you have is you got trips over to that side. You see, Nisley's going to be the trips guy. He's going to run the deep route. What they do is they clear out an area. They get a good passing lane for Schindler to throw it, and Schindler makes a fine throw.
Here and back to live action. Schindler, he's got some heat on him. He's trying to shake it off. Shakes it off out near the 40 and finally loses his footing and falls down. Lost a couple of yards, but boy, oh boy, did he make the Genoa defenders sweat.
Well, he definitely has escapability, and we've been told that he has escapability. Good size, again, 6'3". He can see over the line. But Schindler does a great job of escaping the oncoming rushers.
Again, here's Schindler on the snap in the gun. Rolls out to his right, takes his time, fires, and it's picked off over there. And well, no, they're going to say incomplete. As the fall's incomplete there, and
well, that's a good job right there. The Genoa defenders saw the ball, played the ball, did a great job in going to the ball. That looked like it was.
As we come back to live action now, it is 3rd and 11. The ball at about the 38-yard line here. Schindler throws it out to the right side. He's got a receiver over there, and he was out of bounds anyway, so it goes for naught. It'll be 4th down here for the Golden Bears as the clock stops with 10:41 to go.
Brandon Ponzak, 6'2" wide receiver right there, just ran out of real estate. That's a good job by the defensive back, knowing where you are on the field and just playing your man, not losing sight of the football. That's a great job right there. If he catches it out of bounds, that's fine.
And they're going to go for it here as the ball on the left hash mark of the 38-yard line. Schindler takes his snap. And, well, here he goes. He's trying to shake off some would-be defenders. Throws it down the field, and it's knocked down. Casey goes on the defensive play there. Swatted the ball down instead of trying to pick it off, which was a smart play.
That is exactly. He just saved his team 25 yards by knocking that football down, understanding down, distance, and situation. That's a fine football play. Look at him trying to escape. Schindler sets, really doesn't get a lot into that throw. Look at Casey goes. He goes up and knocks that thing down. That actually was number 3. That was Andrew Belsick that came over there and knocked that away.
Well, regardless, it's 1st and 10 here for the Comets. They'll have the ball at their own 38-yard line. 10:32 to go here in this opening quarter. Comets come up with a big defensive stop there.
Well, just what the doctor ordered for the Comets.
And now here's the handoff. Up the gut they go, and nothing doing on that. My goodness. Jake Jones in there on the stop, and maybe a half yard at best. 2nd down, and we'll call it a 9.5. Logan Scott takes a snap, hands the ball off. Over on the left side, I believe, was that Espinoza? Yeah, it was Ryan Espinoza.
Espinoza right there on the quick hitter. The key for Genoa is to continue to move the chains. They want to pound it. They want to dictate the tempo. They want to play at their tempo. So it's vast differences the way these teams are structured.
So now here we go. A big 3rd down here for Genoa. Full house in the backfield. Scott hands the ball off the middle they go, and a big-time 1st down pickup.
Great blocking at the point of attack. Big number 65, Nick Herrick, opening up a big gap right there.
You see right here on the replay, Nutter always looks like he's running downhill, and that's what you got to appreciate about that young man. So it's a 1st and 10 here at the 42 of Bryan. Scott fakes the handoff, rolls out to the outside. He's going to keep it. Goes out of bounds, is knocked out of bounds. As he was drilled over there. I believe that was Zach Dean.
That's a smart football play. You're going to maximize the gain that you can get. You see him pick up positive yards. You're moving. You're getting 2nd and very manageable. So you put yourself in good situations. 2nd and 5. You can live with that.
Well, here we go. Scott hands the ball off. And David Nutter, the ball carrier, he's able to pick up maybe a yard.
Well, you see, David Nutter never goes backwards when he's hit. You notice that? He finishes off runs. He seems to always fall forward. You saw that situation where he was actually hitting the backfield. He still gained a yard because of his stick-to-itiveness.
And here we go on a 3rd and 5, they call it. 3rd and 4.5. Here is Espinoza with the ball. He's going to be close to a first down. It's going to depend on the spot.
Mick, I think Espinoza hurled himself to a first down.
Well, no, looks like they're going to spot the ball a little bit short. So 4th down here with less than a yard to go, and Genoa's going to go for it.
There's no guesswork where they're running behind. They're going to run behind big number 73, so I expect them to run to the left.
Here's the handoff, and looks like it's going to be David Nutter. Looks like he has the first down. He's able to move the sticks here, and that makes the Genoa faithful here very happy. So 1st and 10 here for Genoa. They'll spot that ball at the 32-yard line. Clock continues to run as we come up here on 8:05 and counting. Now again, Logan Scott will go around the right side off the handoff, and
I tell you what, Bryan,
looks like Nutter picks up a couple.
Bryan did a great job at really warding that off. Azarello over there, along with Brock Minor, a whole bunch of white shirts over there.
Well, it's 2nd down here for the Comets. They have the ball at the 30-yard line. And of course, here's the drop back here by Scott. Scott's going to air it out down the field. He's going to throw it up for grabs, and nothing there. As Zach Dean was in there on the coverage, as he was able to prevent that pass from being completed. That'll make it 3rd and 8.
What I want you to do is watch on this replay. If we can run that back, watch Wojciechowski, how he stops his route, Nick. If he continues to run this route, this is going to be a completed pass. Watch him stop, and he's looking for the football. He has to continue to run that route and try to corner that off. That's going to be a complete pass.
Clock stops with 7:20 to go as it's 3rd and 8. Here's the handoff. And Nutter drives forward, but is only able to pick up about 3 yards. And that's going to be well short of the first down.
Well, you're in 4-down territory right here, Mick. All they wanted to do was to get into a situation where it's 4th and manageable. It's going to be 4th and about 4, maybe a long 4, short 5. There's no doubt in my mind the Comets are going to go for this one.
Well, they're calling it 4th and 5, and you can hear the Bryan fans going crazy. 6:48 and counting. Ball's on the 27-yard line. Need to get it to the 23. There's the handoff, and nothing doing here as that wall of white just shut everything down. And the ball will be for a loss, so they'll spot it at the 30-yard line. And that's where Bryan will take over. They came up huge.
The Golden Bears right there fired off the football up front. Again, it's Lane Azarello. Brock Minor was there. There was a host of them that was really there, really swallowing that off. Jake Jones was in there as well. But again, they read that and anticipated that well.
Well, here's Schindler now for Bryan. He's going to air it out, first play from scrimmage. And we're going to have a pass interference here against Genoa.
The pass was intended for Derek Knisely. Knisely is 6-foot junior. And Knisely, really, that ball was not going to be complete. You don't have to lose your cool in that situation. Being an ex-defensive back, I understand that. But you have to keep your composure when the ball is in the air. You have to understand that. Not reach out and grab the receiver. That's exactly what happened. That's going to move the chains, and that's going to be a big one for the Golden Bears.
So it'll be 1st and 10 here for Bryan. They'll have the ball at their own 45-yard line. Clock stops with 6:29 to go. Ball on the right hash mark. Schindler in the gun. And now this time they're going to...
It's going to be a false start.
Yep, I believe they're... Let's see what they call here. It looks like it may be a false start here against Bryan. So it'll be 1st and 15 as they'll move the ball back 5 yards. Well, we have a moment. I want to make sure we thank a couple of our sponsors here that help make this broadcast possible here on the Toledo Sports Network. And that includes Genoa Napa Auto Parts over on State Route 51. We appreciate them coming on board. Here's the snap now to Schimler. Schimler now rolls out to his left, faces some heat, goes back the other way, picks up a huge block, throws it back across his body. The pass is complete for about an 8-yard gain, maybe 7. But we've got a penalty here, so let's see what the call's going to be.
That's just tough to hold your blocks that long, Mick. This looks like it's going to be holding against the Golden Bears. But going back to that thought, Mick, it's just so tough for those big guys to sustain those blocks for that type of period of time. But you kudos to the Golden Bear receivers moving with their quarterback, going back to where daylight is and giving their quarterback a throwing lane.
So they'll move it back from the spot of the foul, move it back 10 yards. That's a long penalty because it's a spot foul, Steve, and from the spot and then take it back 10 yards. With 6:18 to go, the Golden Bears are going to be, well, they're going to be near about the 16-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and a cab ride. Schimler throws it on the right side, pass complete, pickup of about 2, maybe 3. Looks like that was complete to, was that Nisley over there?
Nisley.
Yep.
Nisley.
Under 6 minutes to go here as the clock continues to run. Schimler in an empty backfield. 2nd and 50. Schimler rolls, looking around for some help. Just gets the throw off. It's going to be short. It's tipped. Intercepted. Picked off there. Trying to see, was that Casey Goes or was that
number 9?
Oh, it was
9. That'll be Alex Hayes who came over.
Alex Hayes. Alex Hayes with the pick and a first turnover of the ball game here with 5:46 to go. You see he was being tackled as he threw that ball.
But you see the faith that he has in his receivers to continue to throw the ball in the spots. He thinks his receivers are going to go make plays, and these guys have been able to bail him out.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 here for Genoa. They have the ball at the 38-yard line here of Bryan. Here's the pitch over on the right-hand side. And let's see here. It looks like we may have a flag on the play, I think. Here off that sweep. Let's see what the call is. Sideline warning there against the Golden Bears. 5:43 to go here in this opening quarter. Clock now starts to run again. It will be 2nd and 7 on the 35 of the Golden Bears. Genoa with the ball. Logan Scott under center. Oh, now he steps back. He takes the pitch as they go inside over right tackle. And David Nutter picks up a couple. Let's see where they spot that ball. It'll be 3rd down at the about 4 to go, looks like here.
Call it 3rd and 4, but again, Genoa continue to do what they do, run the football. They'll take 2, they'll take 3, they'll take 4. Sooner or later, the big one will come.
Empty backfield now here for Logan Scott. He'll pitch the ball, though, as they try to swing it around the right side. And, oh, my goodness, big hit over there by number 63, and that is Hayden Hageman, rather. Or take it back. I'm sorry. You're right. That was Zach Dean in there on the stop. Dean popped him pretty good, but Hageman was right there also.
Zach Dean did a great job at fighting off his block. and just getting to the ball carrier and just knocking his feet down.
Fourth and 6 here now. Logan Scott is going to pass it. Fires it over on the left side. Now it's a race to the sticks, and they're not going to get there. Oh, my goodness.
But you almost saw that tight end screen coming right there. They like to run that little release to the tight end. They send a man deep. You see that? He looked deep first, knew that the tight end was out there in the flat, checked it down. This is just the Bears were Johnny on the spot. They did a great job at defending right there.
So a turnover on downs here gives the ball back to the Golden Bears. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 35. 4:20 to go. Here in this opening quarter, we are scoreless here in Genoa. Man in motion. Schindler fires it over on the right side. That'll be an incomplete pass. And so far, this has been just a war of attrition here as both defenses have come up huge here. It'll be 2nd down and 10. The ball at the 35. Schindler is going to keep it, and he runs outside. He's got some room. Picks up the 1st down. Out near midfield is where he goes. So a good run there by Schindler as he was able to kind of keep that defense honest.
Well, Schindler is going to continue to move. You see, bringing comments with him. Right there, that's a tough run right there. And you really don't want to spend a lot of time with your quarterback getting up off the deck there.
Matt Bradfield getting up after being on his knees there for a few moments, and with 4:09 left here in this opening quarter, they'll head off to the sidelines. So the ball will be spotted right at midfield. Mike Bauman, your thoughts here as we've got 4 minutes and change here in this opening quarter.
Well, so far, guys, you're seeing the two good defenses stepping up. Bryan's only given up 12.8 points per game, and Genoa 15.1, but the defensive backfield is where both teams are getting it done tonight so far.
Well, Schindler now on the keeper gets deeper inside of Genoa territory as he's going to be forced out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. So a nice pickup and a 1st down after a 16-yard gain.
I tell you, they're going to have to find a way to keep this guy in the pocket. Right now, he's starting to move to each side. He's doing a good job at just running the daylight.
Schindler again in the gun, takes the snap, is going to throw it this time, airs it out down the left side. He's got a receiver, and it's going to be grabbed there. A great catch by number 2, Sean Culler, as he gets it inside the 10-yard line near the 5. It'll be 1st and goal here for the Golden Bears.
What I want you to watch is how Culler plays the football. He goes up at his highest point and pulls it down. He anticipated where the football is going to be. Look at the anticipation right there as he just out-jumps his defender. Bigger man.
Here we come back to live action as it's 1st and goal. Looks like a false start here against the Golden Bears.
This is the 2nd time we've had this against these guys. Once they get a big play, they follow that up with a procedure penalty or any kind of infraction, really ruining the momentum that they just got, Nick.
Well, 3:57 on the clock.
Number 2, Bryan, and number 3, Genoa in the state rankings. Bryan travels well.
As they break the huddle and come back to the line here, they will scrimmage from the 9-yard line. 1st and goal here for the Golden Bears. Here's the handoff on the sweep on the right side, and taking it over there was Daniel Grass. And Pendergrass is brought down after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal at the 6.
More laundry on the field.
We got a flag on the play, so the clock stops with 3:45. Looks like we're going to have a discussion here amongst the referee and his crew.
As the officials continue to talk about it. It had been a first and goal.
Tip of the hat to IBEW Local 8 and also to UA50 Local Pipe Fitters and Plumbers for helping make this broadcast possible.
3:45 left in the opening quarter. No score. Bryan and Genoa here in this matchup.
Here's the
dead ball. Personal foul.
Looks like a personal foul here against Genoa. Wow.
He started to signal. It will be a personal foul against Genoa.
It's going to be against the Comets, so half the distance to the goal line here, Steve, and
That'll bring him down to about
it'll be another 1st and goal here, should be.
He said but he signaled 2nd down, so I'm lost right now.
as the sweep was going away from
Right now, the referee over there talking to head coach Tim Speece of Genoa.
piling on type thing at the end of the play. So just inside the 4.
Well, 3 and 45 remaining here as they will now scrimmage.
Played almost 8.5 minutes. Pistol formation.
Clock starts up now as
Halfback in there.
here's the snap. Here's the handoff. And Brock Miner is the guy that is carrying the mail there. He comes up short of the goal line. He'll be dropped at about the 2.5 to 3.
Well, that hole closed in a hurry. It looked like Miner had a gap to be able to just rip it up in there and power it in there, but the Comets did a great job rallying to the football and knocking down the ball carrier.
Well, they're saying it's 3rd down, 3rd and goal here, so now we got a flag on the play is swinging over here on the left side. Pendergrass can't get into the end zone as he is dropped.
Let me tell you this, Mick. Casey Ghost is not the guy to try to run sideline to sideline against. You're not going to have a lot of success trying to outrun this guy.
3rd and goal at the 6 right now.
So we'll see what the call was first. They're having another discussion here.
It was an early flag, so I'm thinking it's got to be a procedure penalty.
Against Bryan. Not enough men on the line of scrimmage, so legal formation.
Now the thing is,
Against the Golden Bears.
if it was a dead ball
So
foul,
Tim Speece will.
Well, looks like he's good. The penalty is, you called it, they're going to be refusing it. So that'll make it 4th down. 4th and goal.
Hash mark near side. Bryan moving right to left.
It'll be a 4th and goal play here.
250 mark here in this opening.
As the clock continues to run, 2:45 and counting.
Genoa are scoreless.
This is right now second huge play for Bryan on 4th down.
Beg your pardon, 4th and goal. That was a 3rd and goal try, so that's the reason.
So here's the ball on the left hash mark. 4th and goal at the 6. We've got a whistle. And I think a timeout was taken by the Golden Bears.
First Federal Bank is a proud sponsor of high school football in Northwest Ohio. Genoa Napa, your local auto parts store, located at State Route 51 in Genoa. It's time to prepare your vehicle for the harsh winter months. At Napa, we have what you need from antifreeze to wipers. Napa know-how, 21971 West State Route 51.
The Golden Bears will be attempting a field goal. Here's the kick, and it is good. So, 2:22 on the clock. The Golden Bears get on the board first as they lead 3-0.
Wojo's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. Quality comfort you can count on since 1967. They're a proud sponsor of Genoa High School sports and can help you with all your heating, air conditioning, and plumbing needs. Give them a call today at 419-693-3220.
Casey goes back to receive here as there's a squib kicker. It's going to be grabbed at about the 30. They're having some trouble with it, and they lose the ball, and it's picked up by Bryan. Back at about the 14-yard line. Oh, my. Talk about just a bad mistake there by Genoa. As the ball is grabbed there, Steve, by number 35. That's Jake Jones.
well, Jake Jones is the only one that played the football. Everybody else kind of took for granted that somebody else was going to get it.
My goodness. So it's a huge break here for the Golden Bears. As the ball was picked up there by Jake Jones, number 35. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Golden Bears here at the Genoa 13-yard line. They're going to spot it. And now here's the handoff swinging outside there. Is Travis Peters. And looks like it's a pick. 1st and goal, or
of 12.
Yeah,
We'll call it
third effort, bounced off a couple tackles.
first and goal here for the Golden Bears. As they get everything lined up on the 2-yard line. And now it's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown, Bryan Golden Bears.
Well, that's just tough sledding right there. You just run it up the middle, try to spread them out, try to find a gap. Quarterback run, design quarterback run all the way.
I think Schindler has...
Austin Schindler with a 2-yard run. That makes it 9-0 with the extra point here still to come.
He saw a big hole. Planned his right foot, turned left. And
Andrew Rupp set to attempt the extra point, and it is up, and it is good. So with 2:03 to go here in the opening quarter, the Golden Bears quickly get out to a 10-0 lead.
Continental Office, 419-350-5529 is Toledo's go-to for creating great workspaces. We are dedicated to improving the quality of life in your workspace, pairing your space with your brand, philosophy, missions, and goals. Continental Office is a proud sponsor of Northwestern Ohio High School Athletics.
Rupp set to kick off here as kicks another squib kick. This time it'll be grabbed. There'll be the here's Ghost with after the lateral. He goes along the left side and he's going to be brought down at about the 37-yard line. Looks like where they'll spot it. So it'll be first and 10 for Genoa with a $1:57 to go.
Casey goes slow getting up. Almost like that they piled on right there. He was the victim of a massive pile up there.
So the ball will be at the 37 of Genoa here with 1:57 to go. Ball on the left hash mark. Logan Scott barking out instructions here to his backfield. Here's the handoff. And nothing doing there.
I tell you what, Vic, Genoa's going to have to do something to get some of those men out of the box because right now, Bryan is just loading up and they're just starting to really attack the A-gaps and they're really not allowing a lot to materialize.
Then they go to the no huddle. Here's Nutter going over the left side and he's able to pick up maybe 2 or 3 at most, and it's going to be third down and about 6 or 7. Travis Peters on the stop there for Bryan. Clock continues to run, 1:15 and counting. So another big play here for Genoa. They need to keep this drive alive. Scott hands the ball up, and we have a flag. And this one's going to be against Genoa, so a false start.
Well, that's tough. That's really tough when you're really trying to get a drive going on a third down and 5. Now it's going to be third and about 10, maybe 11.
11, yep. 1 minute exactly left to go here in this opening quarter. And right now, Bryan with a 10-0 lead.
Logan Scott now. This is a down and distance that Genoa does not want to be in. Slot left, split right, kind of.
Well, here we go. 3rd and 11. High snap, grabbed by Scott. He fires it on the left side, and he catches him on the seam in stride. And inside the end zone, touchdown, Genoa Comets. Oh, my goodness. When in doubt, dial up number 5.
Well, I tell you what, he has quick strike capability. When he gets the ball, 2 things that you get. You hear the band that's playing right now, and we receive. That's getting ready to happen. But let's go back to this. What they do is they split him out wide. You're going to single cover Casey Ghost without any safety help? Well, this is what you get. You start to read names if you're a defensive back, and that's not the guy you want to read name because he gets farther away from you. Casey Ghost for 6.
So, a huge touchdown play there by the Comets. Here's the point after. The kick is up, and it is good. So, with 51 seconds to go here in this opening quarter, it is now a 3-point ball game. 10-7 your score.
A world-class store with hometown values. That's Genoa Custom Interiors. We feature many styles from soft contemporary, rustic to traditional and French country. You'll find your taste and sensibilities right here. You'll be delighted to find the showrooms transformed each season. As Christmas is a special time, we offer a variety of accessories, art, jewelry, and specialty items perfect for gift giving. Genoa Custom Interiors. Nobody can put it together like we do.
Here's the kickoff now here. This one's going to be high and deep. This will be grabbed at about the 3. Up over the 5, the 10, the 20, 25, and at about the 27, 28-yard line, it looks like. And Mike Bauman, on your end of it, I mean, that had to look nice, that strike to Casey Goes.
Well, Ponzak's definitely got the height advantage, fellas, on Casey Ghost, but Casey Ghost has the wheels. Just a great slant route, but things took a temporary backstep there for Genoa. Before that turnover, that personal foul was actually on Ryan Espinoza, who got ejected from the football game, so he is done for the game. That was on the field goal drive from Bryan, so that's a bright spot for Genoa to get the touchdown from Casey Ghost, because they're going to need him tonight, especially with Espinoza not in that backfield anymore.
Well, just as we come back to live action here from our report from the sideline from Mike Bauman, a big strike here for Bryan as it's grabbed at the 45-yard line.
Hold that replay, whatever you do down there in the booth, guys. Well, I want to come back to that play after this one, if we can.
35 seconds and counting. Here's a snap. Schimler rolls to his left. He's going to air it out. He's got a receiver, and it's complete. Inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. Oh, my goodness, as Culler was able to fight off the defender and pull it in.
Oh, that's a great play right there on the outside. You see him just moving away from the defender, just shuffling his feet enough, but Culler just makes the play on the ball.
You could see Tim Spiess in that replay there. He was not happy. 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Schimler airs it out on the right side. He's got a receiver wide open. Touchdown, Bryan Golden Bears.
Well, I tell you what, you got inside-out coverage right there. You're thinking that you've got help. You pass him on. One guy had to think that was zone coverage, man. That's a blown coverage. That should have been man coverage. Look at him starting to play the out. And his man goes on the out and up. He double moves and he goes out and up. Touchdown.
So Pendergrass hauling that one in. Here's the point after for Rook. It's up and it is good. So with 19 seconds to go here in this opening quarter, Bryan with a 17-7 lead over Genoa.
For over 100 years, you need a career, you need a future. Local 8 can help you make it happen. Join the men and women who build our community. Become a part of a proud tradition. Build your career. Build your future with the brothers and sisters of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 8. We're on the job for you.
We're on the job for you. We're the local IBEW.
Graymont in Genoa, producers of Doclamide Lime and Hydrate, serving the community for over 90 years. The plant currently has 60 employees. The safety and development of these employees is a focus for your plant. Over 80% of our employees currently live within 11 miles of the plant. Graymont. For more information about this company, you can check us out on the web at www.graymont.com.
The Union Plumbers, Steam Fitters, and HVACR service mechanics of UA Local 50 build the powerhouses that generate your electricity. Install and service your heating and air conditioning systems, and install the plumbing systems that protect the health of this nation. Everywhere there's a building being built, retrofitted, or maintained, members of UA Local 50 are on the job with skills and the latest sustainable building practices to do the job right. UA Local 50 Plumbers, Steam Fitters, and service mechanics, building America's future.
Winter's here, and that means getting all bundled up to get into your ice-cold car. Let the experts at TAS Electronics heat you up. Nobody has sold and installed more car starters than the professionals at TAS Electronics. We are Toledo's remote starter expert. Let TAS turn your vehicle into a toasty, warm ride with a new remote car starter or heated seat for as low as $129 installed today. Keep warm all winter long with TAS.
TAS Electronics. Feel the power. TAS Electronics. It's hot.
Bryan was explosive here quickly.
Well, you're seeing the loss of Ryan Espinoza in that defensive backfield that time, fellas, and Tim Spees really got on Nick Wolf when he got to the sidelines. He was not a happy camper on that blown coverage on that last play, but that's his guy. Pendergrass has over 450 yards through the air, and he also leads his team with over 700 yards rushing, so keep an eye on that young man tonight, but that's a tough loss in that defensive backfield to lose Ryan Espinoza.
Yep, and just here on the kickoff, the Golden Bears, a couple of the guys on the line got ahead of the kicker before the ball was kicked, so it's offside against the Golden Bears. So now to move it back to the 35-yard line. Still 19 seconds remaining here in this opening quarter. And Bryan back to their 10-point lead.
Well, we had no score until the 2:33 mark here in the first quarter. And boy, have the floodgates open. So in 2 minutes and just over little over two minutes and 10 seconds, we've had 24 points put on this board.
Now Ripple once again. Here's a squibbler. Another pitch back. And now goes trying to get outside, but he's going to be met by a bunch of Golden Bears, and he'll be dropped inside before he gets to the 35. He'll be dropped at about the 34-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 there for Genoa with 11 seconds to go. Well, this is also an area where I believe that the Genoa Comets are going to feel the loss of Ryan Espinoza getting ejected from this game.
Well, that's where you see Jake Wojciechowski start to step up in there. Jake is not new to these type of situations at all. But you're right, they're going to miss Ryan Espinoza more so on the defensive end.
1st and 10, the ball on the 34-yard line. Here's a snap. Here's the handoff. As Nutter, trying to drive forward, is able to pick up about 5 yards. And that should be the final play of the opening quarter. Here from Genoa High School, it's been an interesting one so far. All the scoring coming within the final 3 minutes. And it's 17-7 as Genoa in an unusual position, trailing Bryan after 1. Second quarter about to begin here. It is 2nd down and 5 for Genoa at the 39-yard line. Here's the handoff. Nutter fights off a tackle. He'll be close to a first down, but he'll be about a yard short.
I tell you what, Genoa doing a better job offensively, firing off the ball. The bigs starting to do better about pushing the pile a little bit. But that helped getting that big pass play. They know that they have big play capability.
So it'll be third down and about 1.5 yards. Ball at the 41-yard line. Here's the handoff, and Sutter able to pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 45-yard line. And they'll move the yardsticks.
So the comments will continue to move the chains. They'll continue to pound away, ground and pound.
Ball at the 45. Genoa going to the no huddle. Logan Scott under center, takes a snap. He'll hand the ball off. Nutter goes up, picks up maybe 2. And he's brought down there by, amongst others, Jared Carroll. As it's out at the 48-yard line, so a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. Here's the play at the line of scrimmage now. Logan Scott hands the ball off. Nutter goes over left side, fights through the hole, and goes downfield inside the 30, inside the 25. One man to beat. He'll take it into the house. 45 yards for the touchdown. Touchdown, Genoa Comets.
Nick, what I want you to watch is at the point of attack, the patience of David Nutter to allow his blocking to materialize up the field for him to get this running. And watch him. He slows down. Now he sees the lane. He sticks through, and look at him rumble through. Rumble, young man, rumble.
I think I said 45. It was actually a 52-yard touchdown run by Nutter. And all of a sudden, Genoa very much alive here in this one. This is turning into the slugfest we knew it would be.
Scott the holder, 10:50 to go in the first half.
Here's the extra point up, and it is good. So with 10:50 to go here in the opening half, it's back to a 3-point ball game as the Golden Bears lead Genoa 17-14.
Genoa Jewelers, 611 Main Street in Genoa, has been serving the area with quality jewelry and gifts for over 19 years. Specializing in gold and silver repairs, Frank Comise has been a goldsmith for over 30 years. Our selection of Pulsar watches, Precious Moments figurines, Reflections beads, Seraphim classics, and quality Stellar rings, all at a price you can afford. Genoa Jewelers also buys gold and silver and has the perfect gift for that someone special. Stop out today at Genoa Jewelers, 611 Main Street in Genoa.
Pub 51 is just a great neighborhood bar and grill. They're about as close to being all things to all people as I've seen. They have a miniature bowling league, and they take that pretty darn seriously. Oh, and a dartball league, and a cornhole league, and a pool league. They have a lot of leagues. Pub 51 has a big outdoor patio, too. Well, their pizza and food are reasonably priced, too. Give Pub 51 a try. They're on Woodville Road, just a half-mile east of the Woodville Mall.
So Genoa very much back in this football game as it is 17-14. As Brandon Ponsack back deep to receive. Here's a squib kick this time. Grabbed at about the 18-yard line, up over the 30-yard line, and good field position here for the Bryan Golden Bears. Mike Bauman, that play happened in front of you right there, that pass to goes. That one had to really get that bench down there very excited.
Well, I think that definitely got him more pumped up, but especially that last run by David Nutter, you guys. There was a huge hole that opened up on the Genoa sideline. Broke that tackle, and he hit right through it. And that's the thing about these guys, the Nutter brothers. Every one of those kids put on weight throughout their years here, but neither one of them lost a step. And you saw the breakaway speed that time from David Nutter.
Schimler here trying to shake and bake to get out of some trouble. Goes to the sidelines, but is dropped hard at the 30.
Excellent pursuit right there, but they're going to have to do a better job, Nick, at getting this guy on the ground. Schimler got away from 3 would-be tacklers before the 4th got him on the ground, and they had him dead to right. This is about the 5th or 6th time we've seen this happen today. So what they're going to have to do is start to pinch on the outsides and try to get some push in the middle, try to keep him inside of a box, try to make his throwing lanes, throw him off, throw his rhythm, throw his timing off.
Well, we got a flag here, and this one's going to be against the Golden Bears, and they are very pumped up on that Genoa sideline.
Well, the Genoa defense starting to feel it now, and they really need to get themselves into this football game defensively. They had their way for a while. It kind of got away from them. Now they need to hunker down and get the ball back for an offense that is starting to get its wheels churning.
2nd and 19, the ball at the 24-yard line. Here's the snap. Schindler throws it over the left side. He's got a receiver over there. And Pendergrass is going to be close to a first down. He'll be about 2, maybe 3 yards short. But he hauls that one in and is brought down at about the 41-yard line.
Well, Pendergrass runs a deep cross right here. And you see Schindler, again, good balance. He throws him open right there, Mick, because he wasn't open.
Yeah, he was in the cover. On the coverage there was Cody Pickard. And now we've got flags all over the place on this one. And this one's going to be against the Comets. There's going to be several. All the flags from everybody just flew from every direction. So
well, it looked like the two players' feet got tangled together. It's going
to be a holding. Yep. So holding against Genoa. They'll move that ball into Genoa territory at the 49-yard line of the Comets. So that'll make it 1st and 10 here for the Bryan Golden Bears. 9:15 to go here in this opening half. This one's been a beauty. You knew it would be. It hasn't been the prettiest, but it's been everything we've wanted physically. Trips out to the left. Schindler takes the snap. Feels the heat. Throws it over the middle. Pass complete. A race down to the end zone. 10-5. Touchdown, Bryan Golden Bears.
Boy, that is just a great read by Schindler. Schindler knew the blitz was coming. He read the blitz. And what they do is they take and they sneak out the little back out of the backfield.
Yep.
He just sits down, number 9, that's Travis Peters. Peters just sits down, and it's just wide open. There's no one there because the blitz came from the area that Peters went to.
Here's the extra point from Rupp, and it is good. So with 9:07 to go here in this opening half, once again, the Golden Bears open a 10-point lead.
Dan Rogers Sporting Goods, 5340 Monroe Street is your #1 stop for custom team uniforms and equipment. Varsity jackets in stock and custom orders are available. Custom embroidery and engraving. The holidays are approaching, and for over 40 years, Dan Rogers Sporting Goods has been Northwestern Ohio's authority for sports apparel and trophies. Call them today at 419-885-4648. Dan Rogers Sporting Goods.
Cleaning your gutters can be dangerous. Take it from Marty.
For 30 years, I've been climbing up that ladder, cleaning out those gutters. One time, I leaned the ladder up there, and the feet were on the deck. The deck was a little wet. Next thing I know, the ladder kicks out, and I'm hanging by the gutter, and I start yelling for help. After that occurrence, I called Gutter Helmet.
Call Gutter Helmet for an estimate. 419-475-0000. Get Gutter Helmet today, and you'll never clean your gutters again.
Keeping you out of the gutter. We're the Gutter Helmet.
Now is a great time to look at your lawn and decide it's time to make it look fantastic. Simply Green Lawn Service is a locally owned company that specializes in lawn care, with lawn fertilization, all phosphorus free, to crabgrass and weed control, grub control, and aeration, all part of the Simple Green program. 419-697-LAWN is the call to make any time of the year. Simply Green Lawn Services.
Well, the Bryan Bears back to with a 10-point lead here with 9:07 to go in the half, and this time it's a full kick to be grabbed at about the 11-yard line. Out over the 15, the 20 on the left side. Looks like it'll be out at about the 24-yard line for Jake Wojciechowski. It'll be 1st and 10 for Genoa with 9:01 to go.
But the ebb and flow of this game here, just when you start to feel like one team is taking control, the other team flexes its muscle. So now it's Genoa's turn.
Well, 9:01 to go here in this opening half. We'll see what they do. They've got the ball at their own 24-yard line. Ball on the left hash mark. Genoa going right to left. Logan Scott now goes under center. Hands the ball off. Nutter tries to drive forward, gets it at about the 29, a pickup of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Brock Miner in on the stop here for Bryan. So the clock continues to run. Here's Scott, hands the ball off. Nutter fighting for the first down and picks it up as he gets it over the 45 to about the, or 35 rather, to about the 36, where he is brought down. He'll move the chains. So first down Genoa at the 36-yard line.
A classic Genoa football right here as they continue to just pound the rock, ground and pound.
Here's another handoff again. Nutter fights through a couple would-be tacklers, picks up several yards to about the 39, pickup of 3, so to be 2nd and 7.
What tough yards right there. But those are all Nutter. Sees a man and he just runs to the man.
A couple of thank yous here from our sponsor list. Of course, you've got to include Graymont Quarry and Genoa Custom Interiors. Big thank you to them for being part of the Toledo Sports Network family. On 2nd down, Scott pitches it on the left side. Wojciechowski able to get over the 42 to about the 44-yard line, or it'll be 3rd down and about 2 to go.
Well, what the Comets do right there is they just get numbers on that side. And what happens is once they get a helmet on a helmet, it's up to the running back to make one guy miss. And if one guy missed, hey, you saw what happened with David Nutter.
3rd down and 2. The ball at the 44-yard line. There's the handoff. And now going up over midfield into Bryan territory as David Nutter, he gets it to the 48 of the Golden Bears. 1st and 10 here for Genoa.
Excellent seal block by the inside guard right here. Watch him seal this hole, seal it to the outside. Look at that. Great block right there, allowing Nutter to get upfield.
1st and 10 here as we come back to live action. 7 and 10 to go here in the opening half. Scott hands the ball off. This time a pickup of maybe a yard. Not much more than that for Nutter. Nutter's slow to get up as Jake Jones was in on the stop there, Steve. And
well, he landed very awkwardly right there. And I tell you, landing like that from experience, when you land knee first, well, that really, really hurts, especially when that ground starts to get a little cold, Mick.
When it gets cold, it gets hard. Here's the snap. Logan Scott on the keeper, cuts inside. He's going to pick up a couple of yards, but that's about it.
You see Logan Scott run the read option. More times than not, Logan makes the right read. This time, I don't think he made the right read. I think the proper read would have been to hand the ball to Nutter in the gap right there.
Clock continues to run, 6:20 and counting. 3rd down, 7 yards to go here. They need to get it to the Bryan 39-yard line. Well, the fans starting to make some noise over on the Bryan side of the field. Scott rolls out. He's got some heat, and he's going to be sacked all the way back into his own territory at his own 44-yard line.
Mick, what you want to look at is the footwork of Logan Scott. His footwork is totally what got him into trouble. He's going to take and drop. Look at him spin all the way around like that. Mick, that allowed the defense to continue to go and gave him that extra second to close and knock down Logan Scott.
Jared Carroll, the guy that brought him down. Clock continues to run with 5.5 to go here in this opening half, and a punting situation. This is the first punt of the evening here. So Genoa getting an extra. They were short a player, so they got him out on the field as we await this 4th down punt here from Cody Pickard. And it's a line drive, but there's flag on the field, and I think this one may be a delay of game, and it is.
There's a good old-fashioned shootout there. Crestview is now tied LCC at 28. 4th
So that takes it back 5 yards, and it'll be snapped from the 39-yard line of Genoa.
4th and 22 here for Genoa back at their own 39-yard.
So Cody Pickard will snap again. Here's the kick from Pickard. This time he gets one into it, steps into it, it's grabbed all the way back to the 13-yard line. And now he's going to be brought down at about the 20. And there's some flags. Well, this is going to be a flag on the play. I'm wondering what this one's going to be called here. Mike Bauman, this one happened in front of you. Did you see what that one might have been?
There's a lot of coverage on Genoa. It didn't look like a face mask, but it was kind of hard to tell at the end of the play. There's about 4 guys in on the tackle.
So illegal use of hands there against the Bears. Here with 4:59 to go here in this opening half. And oh my. 5 minutes to go, and we're just seeing our first punt of the ball game.
Well, this here is a big drive. I want you to circle this at the 4:59 mark. Genoa's defense has to come up big here. They cannot allow Bryan to go down and get more points.
Here's the handoff. Here's Pendergrass. He'll go outside, and he's brought down just shy of the 15-yard line. So it'll be at the 14. Pickup of 3, 2nd down and 7. Clock continues to run. 4:42 to go. Ball on the left hash mark. Here's Schimler handing it off again. Flag on the play once again.
This is going to be on number 5, fellas, for Bryan. He wasn't set.
So the flag will be against Brandon Ponsack for not being, you called it right there, Bomber. Well, looks like Genoa's going to refuse. Or no, they're going to.
Well, there was no play, so it's going to happen.
I was going to say it's a dead ball foul, so they have to take it. They were going to try and refuse it, but it is a dead ball foul, so 2nd and 12 here for the Golden Bears. Schimler going to roll around there, and he's getting some heat, fires it over on the left side, and it goes incomplete.
But nice tight coverage by Casey Gose.
Yeah, he was like a hawk there on Pendergrass. So that's going to make it 3rd and 12. The ball at the 9-yard line of the Golden Bears. Clock stops at 4:21 left to go here in the second quarter. Again, an empty backfield. Nothing new here for the Golden Bears. Austin Schimler. I was going to look for a run here, but he gets some heat. Throws it over the middle. It's complete. And it's held on to their big hit. And getting racked there was Color, but he held on to it.
It don't look like he held on to it. That was knocked out of there, Mick. He never pulled that one in.
Yeah, he got hit. So, I mean, that's why he was slow getting up.
But let's go back to the throw. What a throw. I mean, he really ripped that 3-step drop, rip on the slant route. And if Color holds on, they're moving the chains.
Yeah, but to Colors, I mean, you got to give him some slack there. He just got drilled. Because here's a 4th down punt. This one's going to go all the way into inside the 40-yard line at about the 39 of Genoa, and that's where the Comets will scrimmage 1st and 10. 4:09 left to go here in this opening half. And it's Genoa trailing Bryan by a score of 24-14. Once again, want to take a couple of moments here to thank some of our sponsors here, including Genoa Jewelers. Got a big thanks over there to Frank Comives and company, and Pub 51. Make sure you stop out there and enjoy some great food. Simply Green Lawn Care. Genoa Bank. So, 1st and 10 here for the Comets. Here's the handoff. Wojciechowski fighting his way through, gets out to midfield before he's brought down. So a healthy pickup there by Jake Wojciechowski with under 4 to go in this. And That's what Genoa needs right now to get back in this ballgame.
Azzarello holding on for dear life as Wojciechowski just would not be denied. Picked up 7. It'll be second and about 3.
Ball at midfield. Logan Scott goes under center, takes the snap. He'll hand the ball off as Nutter gets up over the 45, brought down at about the 43, moving the yardsticks. A first down here for Genoa.
This is just what the Comets need. They need to put together a nice drive in this next 3:30 and finish it off. Pull themselves to within a field goal because they do get the ball back to start the second half.
Here's the handoff, swinging around the left side. Gets it to about the 40, and that's where he is dropped. So second down and about 7.
We'll try to run a jet sweep with Casey Ghost. The object is to try to get that guy out into space.
So that's going to make it second down and 7. The ball at the 40 of Bryan. Under 3 to go here in this opening half. Golden Bears up by 10 over Genoa. Here's the handoff. And going up is David Nutter. He gets it to about the 35-yard line. So that'll make it third down and short here, about 2.
Boy, I tell you what, Logan did a great job at selling the fake. He played the fake totally out and allowed that lane to open up right there for his running back.
2:22 to go in this opening half. Ball on the left hash mark. And now we've got a timeout taken here by Genoa with 2:09 to go.
From the kitchens of Italy to you, Arturo's Pizza Kitchen is the home of authentic Italian food. As one of the oldest independently owned pizzerias in Toledo, Arturo's Pizza Kitchen has been serving since 1988. With pizza, salads, award-winning subs, chicken chunks and wings, Mom's own lasagna recipe, and our famous cheese sticks, we have it all. Never frozen, always homemade. Arturo's Pizza Kitchen. Hungry? Call Arturo's, 419-698-1641.
There, you bring the defense with him, the attention of the defense, and then you run the quick hitter with Nutter right up the middle.
Well, they're going to spot the ball at the 32-yard line. So first and 10 here for the Comets. Clock continues to run, $1:50 to go. Now Logan Scott's going to pass. He's got a receiver, just overthrows him, and the flag flies.
I'll tell you what, Travis Peters did everything good until the end right there as he tried. Had he not have come over the top with his hand on that. Now I want you to watch the movement right here. Watch the movement over the top right there. He wrapped him up with his left hand. If he's just guarding him with the right hand and he plays the ball, he's in good shape. But he wrapped him up. They're going to call offsetting penalties on this one. So they're going to call a push-off as well as that. So that plays off or not.
Well, so it will be, when all is said and done, it's going to be first and 10 here for Genoa. They'll have the ball at the 32-yard line from the offsetting penalties. So $1:47 to go. Here's the handoff. And now getting outside. There goes Casey Goes. He's forced out of bounds, but not before picking up the first down. So he gets it inside the 15 to about the 12-yard line.
And more importantly, getting out of bounds, stopping the clock, preserving time.
1:39 to go here in this opening half. As you see Goes, as he was just able to get out of the reach there of number 11. That's Lane Azzarello. As we come back to live action. Man in motion. Here's the snap, the handoff. Nutter gets it to about the 10-yard line, and he's dropped. Still plenty of time here as it's 2nd and 8. Ball at the 10-yard line. Comets go to the hurry-up. Clock continues to run. Scott taking his time, letting clock roll. Now here's Nutter fighting his way through, gets inside the 5 to about the 1. Great effort there. He's just shy of the goal line. So to be first and goal here for Genoa with 63 seconds to go.
Well, what Genoa did is just overloaded that side. They took Michael Dieter and company, and they put him on that side and said, hey, look, here we come. And I think they're going to do it again. Look for him to run to the left.
Under a minute to go now as we've got a flag on the play. And
overzealous Bryan defender trying to plug the gap.
Stops the clock with 56 seconds to go, but they're going to start the clock back up.
Yeah, that was Jake Jones that time, you guys. He's their leading tackler on the season. Number 35 had a pretty good game tonight, but he flew in the neutral zone that time.
So, first and goal here for Genoa. And Nutter driving, gets the touchdown. Touchdown, Genoa Comets.
Just what the doctor ordered. Just what the Comets needed. A big drive, capped off with a David Nutter touchdown plunge.
A much-needed David Nutter touchdown plunge. As right now, Genoa an extra point kick away from making this a 3-point ball game. 35 seconds left here in the opening half, and Cody Pickard set to attempt the extra point. Now we've got another timeout being called here.
Brad Sutphin, 419-345-5566, and RE/MAX Preferred Associates can help you find the perfect house or help with you selling your property. For over 22 years, Brad Sutphin has been able to help with all of your Northwestern Ohio real estate needs. Call him today at 419-345-5566. First Federal Bank is a proud sponsor of high school football in Northwest Ohio.
Here's the extra point attempt now by Cody Pickard. Ball is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 35 seconds to go in the half, and it's a 3-point ball game. It's Bryan 24, Genoa 21. Mike Bauman, I tell you, the Comets are finding, every time Bryan looks to jump ahead, the Comets seem to find an answer.
Yeah, fellas. Well, keep in mind, too, one thing I thought that was going to be key in this game when you have two really good teams like this, Genoa's already spotted these guys 7 points with that turnover, so that's huge. So keep that in mind moving into the second half. Ball control, and you notice those chunks are getting bigger and bigger every time David Nutter makes a carry. At first they were 2-3 yards. Now you're starting to see those holes open up a little bit, and that's what this Genoa offense does. They wear down on you a little bit. So we got to keep that in mind as we move into the second half. And once again, you look at Schimmeler and the way he's throwing the football, Genoa's going to have to make adjustments in that defensive backfield because they're getting beat consistently over the top, fellas.
You know what, Mike, it's more so in the way that they're defending Schimmeler. He's having all day to throw the football. I mean, a lot of that is he's creating with his escapability. But again, they're going to have to either put him in a box or try to get some push up front and try to push him off his spots, because when they push him off his spots, they've come up with turnovers.
Offsides there against Genoa on the kickoff. So they'll kick it from the 35. Pickard sends one down. It'll be picked up at the 10-yard line. Over the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30, and brought down at about the 31. And that's where the Bryan Golden Bears will scrimmage with 29 seconds left here in this opening half.
So right now, if you're Genoa, you play umbrella coverage. I'm rushing 3, I'm dropping 8 in the coverage. I'm keeping everything in front of me.
They're going to spot the ball at the 30-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Bryan. Ball on the left hash mark. Trips out to the right here for Austin Schimmeler. He'll take the snap, and we've got a whistle and a flag flies.
But this has been one ugly half of football when it comes to being disciplined.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, partner. I mean, with all the hype for this game, with two of the top 3 teams in the state on the same field. Not a loss between them and whatnot. And yet here we go with penalties galore on both sides. And, of course, we've had an ejection of a player already with Ryan Espinoza. Now, again, another whistle. And this was a late whistle as the play was already underway. And
yeah, that same 5 yards that they got, I think they're going to lose here. I think this one here.
They're counting Genoa's people again.
Well, that first penalty was against Genoa because they had a couple of extra guys out there that they didn't need to have, and I think that happened again.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he picked up a first down without even snapping the football. No time off the clock.
No, time did come off. 25 seconds is left. So 4 seconds came off. Oh, they're putting it back up. So they put 28 back up. So 28 seconds left here in the opening half.
To the right, one receiver to the left, and now another conversation. It was 29 when they called the first penalty. Then I ran 3 off on the next. So it will be a 1st and 10 at their own 40.
Yeah, we're just waiting to see what. What a bizarre ending to a half.
This has been just a rather strange football game. 1st and 10 here for Bryan at their own 40-yard line. Ball on the left hash mark. Schindler on the keeper, trying to get outside. This time he's going to be dropped down, but he picks up 3 yards. Bryan's going to take a timeout here with 20 seconds to go. So a pickup of about 3. They'll spot the ball at the 42, so a pickup of 2. 20 seconds left to go here in this second quarter. Bomber, I tell you, is it as odd a game as you've seen down there on the field?
Well, just a lot of mistakes, the penalties, and I think some of that might be the jitters. And, keep in mind, this is the toughest opponent each of these teams has seen all season, and I think that has a lot to do with it, too, is the talent on the field. But, a lot of these guys are out here tonight, and I'm sure it's got to be in the back of their minds, maybe not while the game's going on, but thinking, man, this really could be something that we could be doing in the district final, and here they are in the first round of the playoffs. But I really think for Genoa, they've got some guys in on defense, in that defensive backfield that haven't been there, and I think that's what's really going on right now is that they're just trying to get their coverages down to make sure this guy doesn't get another touchdown over the top.
Schindler now flush from the pocket. Lost his balance, dumps it over here to the left side. There's nobody there. This should be, he's still in the pocket. Well, he's deep, but, he's still between. Yep, they throw the flag.
Well, this time they got push up the middle, Mick. Long on the edges, and this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to force him to throw in awkward situations because the guy can't throw the football.
Yeah. No doubt.
So that'll move the ball deep inside. Let's see where they'll move it to. It's inside the 20-yard line. So they'll spot it at the 17 of Bryan, and it'll be a 3rd and 33. With a dozen seconds to go. Once again, trips out, this time to the left. Schindler takes a snap, fires it over on the left side, pass is complete. So they try to go up over the 25, out of bounds around the 29, 30-yard line. And that'll stop the clock with 6 seconds to go. So a short pickup so they get it out to the 30-yard line, a 13-yard pickup, but still well short of the first down. It'll be 4th and 20.
If they run the football, clock is killed because Genoa's out of timeouts. Now they're going to have to punt the football, and anything can happen.
Well, it's for him going out of bounds stops the clock, Mick, and that's going to bring them 4th down. The whole thing is they're going to have to punt it, but, do you take a chance and throw the pass again? Or you kick it to Casey Ghost? Well, we got our answer.
And it hit off of Casey Goes, and he falls on it alertly as the clock will read 0. And we've got one half of football in the books from Genoa High School. Opening round state high school playoff action. And Bryan right now with a 3-point lead as they lead Genoa by a score of 24-21 here on the Toledo Sports Network.
Blackberry Corner on the corner of 579 and Elliston Road is a proud sponsor of Genoa football and has the best burgers, chicken, and pizza. You know the pizza. Everyone knows the pizza. Blackberry Corner also has charbroiled pork ribs and Jim's famous chicken dinners. Whether it's appetizers, pizza, or a full dinner, the great folks at Blackberry Corner can help fill you up and save you money. Stop out to Blackberry Corners on the corner of State Route 579 and Elliston Road for a meal or just a snack.
The union plumbers, steam fitters, and HVACR service mechanics of UA Local 50 build the powerhouses that generate your electricity. Install and service your heating and air conditioning systems and install the plumbing systems that protect the health of this nation. Everywhere there's a building being built, retrofitted, or maintained, members of UA Local 50 are on the job with skills and the latest sustainable building practices to do the job right. UA Local 50 plumbers, steam fitters, and service mechanics, building America's future.
Whether you support the Comets, the Panthers, or the Bulldogs, the Eagles, Wildcats, or Flyers, we at Genoa Bank support you. We're a local bank that takes pride in serving our community with personal and prompt service, innovative products, and stable financial guidance. We're a bank that believes in playing our part, and well, that's earned us quite a few fans of our own. Genoa Bank, playing our part in the community, taking your banking needs personally.
100 years. You need a career. You need a future. Local 8 can help you make it happen. Join the men and women who build our community. Become a part of a proud tradition. Build your career. Build your future with the brothers and sisters of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 8. We're on the job for you.
We're on the job for you. We're the local IBEW.
Third quarter about to begin as Genoa will be receiving the kickoff. It's 24-21, Bryan on top. And what's amounted to a slugfest here in this opening half, I'm going to throw it down to the field to Mike Bauman. Bomber, what are your thoughts here with one half in the books? Give me an idea of what you think Genoa needs to do here at the half, and what does Bryan need to do?
Well, I think they got to continue to do what they've been doing, Nick. I think they got to continue to pound the football. You've seen those short yardage situations for the Comets are starting to get bigger and bigger as the game wore on in the second half. But I really think the key is going to be on the back end defensively. Obviously, as we mentioned a couple times already, without having Espinoza back there, they're interchanging some guys in and out. I think they're trying to get their coverages set for Schimmeler. But really, they've done a good job of limiting Schimmeler on the run, so I think they just need to bring more pressure on him and not allow him to sit back there and throw the football.
There's a squibbler picked up at the 17, goes, finds a seam, is up over near midfield. Oh, he's tripped up. So the last man able to get him was number 27, Josh Jones, the kicker, and Josh was able to trip him up at midfield, and that was what saved the touchdown.
Casey definitely saw the lane, and he took off forward right there. Shoestring tackle saved the touchdown, but Casey is a touchdown waiting to happen every time he touches the football.
Oh, they're going to a great return there to give Genoa great field position to start this second half.
You know, just to kind of follow up on Baumer's thoughts, especially offensively, I think he's absolutely right. I think they have to continue to pound the rock, but I think they need to throw it to be able to run it. And what I'm saying is throw more on first down to be able to keep this defense off balance. You know, Baumer was definitely right. They're starting to utilize the run more, and they're starting to get longer runs. But I like the way that Logan Scott is throwing the football. I'd like to see him throw a little bit more.
And we've got the first play from scrimmage, and it goes for about 2 yards, so it'll be second down and 8. And I tell you what, Steve, I mean, it was a sloppy first half, but still, it was a hotly contested first half, and I expect more of the same, at least in that respect. Here's the handoff. Nutter goes up the gut, and he's going to be stopped at about the 45-yard line, and it'll make it third down and 5.
Well, you know, you get that kind of play with two evenly matched teams, you know, but, you know, the butterflies were going, the jitters were really going early on. But when they started to settle down, we started to see what they're about. Now can that play continue here into the second half?
Here's the handoff, trying to get outside as Casey goes, trying to use his speed, but he's pulled down at about the 43-yard line, short of the first down. And it'll be fourth down here for the Comets.
Well, Casey was just snatched down by a jersey. Just reached up and grabbed a handful. Now here's a huge fourth down. I'm sure Spees and company are going to go for it. Spees is going to elect to keep his offense out there. Here's a big fourth down for the Genoa Comets.
4th and 3, the ball at the Bryan 43-yard line. Ball on the right hash mark. Here's the pitch over on the left side and nothing doing. Oh my goodness.
Told you. I don't like it.
Peters was in on the stop as they drop Goes, and Goes is not getting up.
Jake Jones read that well. He fired off the football, blew past the line of scrimmage, and blew up Casey Goes. What the Comets did is when Jumbo left, so what they did is they shifted their line to the left to run left. They intended to run on the left side, but Jones just blew up the field, blew that play up.
My goodness. So it was a loss of 3 there for the Comets, but more importantly, a loss of the ball. So it'll be
that
first.
Was an opportunity, a big opportunity.
Yes, it was after such an explosive opening return by Casey Goes. 1st and 10 here for Bryan. They have the ball at their own 46-yard line. 10 and 18 on the clock. As now Schimler's going to roll out to his left and throw it. Pass is complete. And the forward progress should give him a first down.
The formation dictated the coverage right there. What happened is Bryan, they went trips out to the right. You saw the 2 safeties for Genoa shadow to that side, and they came back left.
Now here's the handoff coming around the right side. A big run, first down and more. Pendergrass gets inside the 30 to about the 25-yard line. Huge run. As Alex Hayes forces him out, but not before a big first down here for the Golden Bears. Clock stops the clock with 10:02 here in the third quarter. Ball on the right hash mark. Here's a snap. Schimler hands it off. Pendergrass again gets outside. If he can get that corner, he's in, but he doesn't. But he does pick up the first down as he is dropped there by Andrew Belsick.
Well, the Golden Bears have successfully gotten the Genoa defense off balance right now. They spread them out, spread them thin all over the field. And Genoa's right now struggling to really figure out exactly what Bryan is doing offensively.
And now this time Schimler trying to shake off some tackles, but he's dropped for a loss. So that'll make it 2nd and goal as he loses a couple. So he was dropped over there by Jay Nino and lost 2. So 2nd and goal from the 11. Clock still running. Now we have a whistle and a flag on the play. False start here on Bryan.
Again, Bryan has found a way to shoot itself in the foot to try to stifle its own momentum once it gets going.
So it's 2nd and goal here for the Bears. On the right hash mark, here's a snap. Schimler drops back, throws it. He's got a receiver. Pass is complete, and Pendergrass is back inside the 10 to about. We'll see where they spot the ball.
Well, right there, everybody runs. I'm sorry, Mick. Everybody runs verticals, but his intended receiver who runs a crossing route.
Oh, here we go. Schimler rolling out to the left. He's got a receiver. It's tipped, and Is it intercepted? It is intercepted. Well, that one caught a lot of people off guard, but it ended up in the hands of Andrew Belsick.
Well, it was tipped around and it never hit the ground, Mick. The ball was popped up several times. Let's see if we can pick it up on the replay. You see it was tipped right here, tipped again, and it was picked off. It was right to that on the third deflection.
Kyle Edwards was the guy that got his hand on it first for Genoa, and then it went like a ping pong ball, and next thing you know, Belsick with the INT. So it's a touchback. 1st and 10 here for Genoa at their own 20-yard line. 8:36 to go here in the third. Here's the handoff. Nutter tries to drive forward, but he's shut down, and he goes for no gain.
Boy, nothing doing right there, boys. Bryan really starting to pinch the insides here and go back to that thought that we were talking about, Mick. Mick, they're going to have to throw the football so they can continue to run the football.
2nd and 10, the ball at the 20. Here's the handoff going over the left side again. This time much better results for Genoa as David Nutter was able to pick up about 8 yards. That'll make it 3rd and short.
Boy, that's a load right there. That's a load. He just lowers his shoulder, and I tell you, he just etches out extra yards that you don't think he's going to get.
Clock continues to run, 7:45 to go. Ball on the left hash mark, 28-yard line is the spot. 3rd and 2 here for the Comets. Here's the handoff again. They go around left end, flag on the play. 1st down and much more, but we got to see what this flag's about. See what the call is, and it's going to be a hold against Genoa, so that play is going to come back. So a tough break there for the Comets. The spot foul will take it back.
Yeah, this is going to be a big one, Mick.
Yep. Bring it back to the 17-yard line, so they need to get it out to the 30. So 3rd and 13 here for Genoa. In the shotgun, Logan Scott drops back. He's got good protection. He's going to air it out on the left side, and oh, that one goes for naught. Genoa fans want a flag, and nothing is called.
Well, I tell you what, we saw that happen earlier with the Genoa defender where the feet get tangled up. Same thing happens here. Ghost just lets it go. Excuse me, Logan Scott. He's got a man out there. You see the feet get tangled up there.
That's incidental contact.
You know, and that's all in the discretion of the referee. That's a good thrown pass.
So 4th down here is Cody Pickard back in punt formation on his own 5-yard line for Genoa. High snap. Pickard gets the kickoff. Squib, a line drive. It's going to be grabbed at the 45-yard line. Great coverage, though, by the Comets. That was maybe 2 yards at the most on the return.
Kyle Rosick, Johnny on the spot.
Yep, 7:17 to go here in this 3rd quarter. And the Bears take over at their own 47-yard line. The ball beyond the left hash mark is with 7:17 to go. Got, once again, trips out to the left. Here's the handoff. And good blocking there, and a nice healthy pickup there by Pendergrass as he gets it into Genoa territory at the 48-yard line. So that'll be about 6 yards to go for the 1st. Under 7 minutes here in the 3rd.
Bryan starting to try to mix it up, try to become more balanced.
In the gun, Schimler flushed out, looks over to his left. He's got a receiver, but he just leads him a little too far as the ball falls incomplete, stopping the clock with 6:42 to go.
A good coverage downfield. Good job by the Comets right there. Really, really Stand in your lane, stand with your assignment, stand with your man.
Oh, this is interesting. They spot the ball a yard back. It was on the 48 of Genoa. Now it's on the 49. Schindler pitches the ball. Oh, first down carry there by, I believe that was at number 9, Travis Peters. And that option there by Schindler.
Well, he's almost like a magician with the ball. He waits to the last minute. Dieter has it. He flips it out.
Just discards them like a piece of paper as we come back to live action. Schindler over the middle. It's tipped and still caught. Culler pulls it in. Oh, my goodness. What a nice catch there. Way to stay with it by Culler.
Well, I tell you what, Andrew Belsick did a great job at undercutting that. Almost picked it off. That ball was slightly underthrown. Belsick played the ball. That just went through his hands, and Culler did a good job at just staying with it and reeling it in as we're going to get encroachment.
Yep, so things right now starting to slowly unravel for Genoa. It's only a 3-point ball game here with 6:18 and counting. So it'll be 1st and 5 here for Bryan. Ball on the left hash mark. Alone in the backfield, Schindler. Now he dishes it off over to Pendergrass, who gets the first down, it looks like. And they'll move it, the yardsticks, and we'll see what they call here.
We run Pendergrass on the jet sweep, pick up enough for a first down.
Well, let's see. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the we'll spot the ball on the 11-yard line. Everyone was kind of confused there, including the chain gang. 5:40 to go here in the quarter. Now again, they try to get inside, cut inside, and the Genoa defense, they've been stretched here today. They've not had to face an offense like this.
Well, yeah, because you really can't be down and focus on one aspect of the game and do everything well. You saw Schindler right there put the ball into the bread basket of his would-be ball carrier and then pull it back out when he had a running lane. He runs that read option oh so well. He's going to bring him up, 6 seconds on the play clock.
Schindler takes the snap. He's going to look. He's going to throw it over the middle. Wide open. And, they're going to say Nisley didn't pull it in.
He did not pull it in. That's a great call right there by the referee. That ball hit the ground. Great shot by our camera crew right here. And what Schindler runs right here is a Tim Tebow play. And you're going to see the ball clearly come out right here as it hits
right
the
there,
ground.
Yep. So good call by the officials there on that play. We always give them grief when they don't make the right call, but when they make a good call on a tough play, no one ever says anything. So we tip our hat to the officials. Here we go now on 3rd and 6. Here's the pass over the right corner, and it goes out of bounds, incomplete. Pendergrass, the intended receiver over there.
We got another flag on the play right there. Man coverage all over the field.
Let's see what they do here. Holding is going to be called against the Golden Bears, and they're going to take the penalty, or?
I'm declining that penalty, and I'm not going to give this guy 2 cracks at it right here.
Well, I'm wondering if with the spot foul, I'm wondering if whether or not want to get him out of field goal range.
So the ball is going to be moved back to about the 24-yard line.
So they need to get at least to the 1 to get a fresh set of downs with 4:49 to go.
It's 3rd and 23.
So ball on the right hash mark. Schindler In the gun, takes a snap, drops back, looks on the right side. He's going to throw it out that way. Pendergrass knocked away at the last moment. And it was a great coverage there.
That's a fine play.
Saw it goes over there, but I think I also saw another out there. Let's see on the replay.
What you want to watch, Mick, this here is number 16.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's a fine play. That's number 16. That's Kyle Edwards. Edwards did a good job at getting his head turned back around, locating the football, and just knocking it away. He just made a play on the ball. That's a fine football play. Great coverage downfield, not panicking with the ball in the air.
Well, they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Schindler drops back, good protection. Throws it over the middle, wide open. Oh, my goodness. No one within 10 yards. I mean, no one within 10 yards of Brandon Ponsack. And Ponsack hauls it in for the touchdown.
Ponsack runs a double move. That's another blown coverage. He just runs a double move.
I mean, he is all by his lonesome.
And I tell you what, if we can run that back, you'll see the safety right there really get lost in coverage. You see the safety on the top. Look at the top of the screen. You see the safety. That's his responsibility. He's got to stay with him. And he just runs away from him, Nick.
As we come back to live action, the point is good. So with 4:38 to go in the third, it is now 30-21.
On 4th down.
Brad Sutphin, 419-345-5566, and RE/MAX Preferred Associates can help you find the perfect house or help with you selling your property. For over 22 years, Brad Sutphin has been able to help with all of your Northwestern Ohio real estate needs. Call him today at 419-345-5566. Wojo's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. Quality comfort you can count on since 1967. They're a proud sponsor of Genoa High School sports and can help you with all your heating, air conditioning, and plumbing needs. Give them a call today at 419-693-3220.
Kickoff here. It's 31-21. On the scoreboard, it still reads 30-21, but it is 31-21. As the kickoff is great.
There it goes.
Fires one man left to beat. Breaks through. And Casey Goes is going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Genoa Comets.
You know, again, Nick, we go back to what I said. When Casey Goes gets the ball, two things happen. The band starts and we receive. And that's exactly what happens there. You hear the band and you will receive in this next minute. But Casey Goes, big play capability.
Hey, Mike Bauman, was that wind that went by you? Was that Casey Goes, or was that the wind out there from the weather? Because that was just a blur that went by you. Oh, the band's right in his ear right now. There we go. Because now the extra point seems to be attempted by Cody Pickard. Here's the kick up, and the kick is good. So with 4:26 left to go in the third, it is 31-28 here on the Toledo Sports Network.
Genoa Jewelers, 611 Main Street in Genoa, has been serving the area with quality jewelry and gifts for over 19 years. Specializing in gold and silver repairs, Frank Comise has been a goldsmith for over 30 years. Our selection of Pulsar watches, Precious Moments figurines, Reflections beads, Seraphim classics, and quality Stellar rings, all at a price you can afford. Genoa Jewelers also buys gold and silver and has the perfect gift for that someone special. Stop out today at Genoa Jewelers, 611 Main Street in Genoa. A world-class store with hometown values. That's Genoa Custom Interiors. We feature many styles from soft contemporary, rustic to traditional and French country. You'll find your taste and sensibilities right here. You'll be delighted to find the showrooms transformed each season. As Christmas is a special time, we offer a variety of accessories, art, jewelry, and specialty items perfect for gift giving. Genoa Custom Interiors. Nobody can put it together like we do.
Mike Bauman That was a heck of a run there by Casey Goes as we get the opening kickoff here, or the kickoff rather, from Cody Pickard. A short kick grabbed at about the 15-yard line. They get out over the 15, the 20, the 25, 30, drop down at about the 32-yard line. And I was going to say, Bomber, was that a nice breeze that went by you there just a few minutes ago?
I really don't need a breeze with how cold it is, dude. But I tell you what, this kid's been a shot in an arm for them for all year. He's one of the best playmakers in all Northwest Ohio, maybe even the state. And that's such a huge, huge backbreaker for Bryan momentum-wise after getting that big touchdown on 4th down. So let's see what Genoa's defense can do right here in slowing down Austin Schimler, because that kid's been the story so far tonight. You've seen the throws that he's made. They've got to make adjustments because they can't keep playing from behind like this.
Well, we've got a face mask penalty being called here against Genoa. So that's going to give the Bryan Golden Bears fantastic field position with 4:18 to go here in the third quarter. A 30-28 ball game. In the gun, Austin Schimler. Here's the snap. Schimler. Let's see how they're going to get nailed in the backfield there. I think that touchdown just fired up that Genoa defense.
Well, it definitely fired up Tyler Rose because Tyler just shot through there and knocked Schimler down. Loss of about 3 on that play.
So they'll spot it on the 45-yard line. Clock does not stop. Schimler in the empty backfield. Plenty of room, gets decent protection, rolls out to his right. Throws it back over here on the left side. The pass is complete as he was able to find his intended target there, number 6, Nate Rowell. And Rowell hauls it in and is inside Genoa territory at the 46-yard line.
But what's impressive about this kid is how his eyes stay down the field even if he's under duress. All he does is just sidesteps a little bit and gets himself a little bit of a throwing lane and finds his receiver.
Oh, we got movement out there on the front line. I think it's going to be a false start here against Bryan, as he saw a Comet coming up, but Zachariah Phillips was the guy that moved. That'll take it back 5 yards, so it'll be 3rd down, and now it'll be 9 as the ball will be back over midfield at the 49-yard line of the Golden Bears. Schimler again in the gun. Rowell's in motion. Schimler now rolls out to his right, slips and falls.
I tell you, it was tight coverage right there. The Comets did a good job at pinching down right there. Number 55 was the guy that had pinched down. That was Jay Nino. He came down and tried to put the brakes on, trying to get away from him, and feet went out from under him. There was really nowhere to throw that football, Mick.
Well, it'll be 4th down here, a punting situation. 3:15 to go. As Genoa almost had too many people on the field again. I mean, that's like the 3rd time they've had an issue. Now Goes, takes the ball, but he is dropped as soon as he gets it. Good coverage over there with that Bronson Beck was over there, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Genoa with 3:06 to go on the clock. Make sure once again we thank some of our sponsors. We really appreciate them. As it'll Brad Sutphin and Remax Preferred Realty, First Federal Bank, and Verizon. 1st and 10 here at the 26-yard line. This has been, like I said, he's not been a lesson in perfect execution, but it's been a very entertaining football game. As the pass is complete, now trying to get through into Bryan territory. Oh my, a fantastic job there, as it was Quentin Speece. We have not heard or called his name all night, and now he comes up with a huge reception.
Oh, they just run a little slip screen with Quentin Speece over there. They did a good job. The play fake had the defense going one way, and they just throw back the other way to Quentin Speece, who's wide open. He had a brigade of blockers in front of him.
1st and 10, they get it at the Bryan 35-yard line, 2:42 to go. Here is Nutter on the left side, gets about 3, maybe 4 yards, depending on the spot. Looks like they're going to spot it at about the 31. So a pickup of 4.
Nutter gets up a little bit gimpy.
I'm sure he's probably pretty tired out there. He's been playing smash mouth football all night. In this penalty-filled game. Here's the toss now. As Casey goes, got it inside the 30-yard line. They'll spot it at about the 28.
I tell you what, guys,
short.
When these guys hit, they hit hard.
Over there, landed on the football, may have knocked the wind out of him. I tell you, these guys are tough, but this is a slobber knocker. Both of these teams really fighting hard, really playing hard. Neither team wants to lose.
So it will be 3rd down and 2 as we come up on 1:30 to go in this 3rd quarter. Scott is going to take it outside. He's going to pick up the 1st down, and he is submarine there. He's brought down inside the 25 at about the 23, but most importantly, a 1st down here for Genoa.
Logan did a good job at reading the defense. Once he saw he had a block on the edge, he knew he had the foot speed to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Exactly what he did.
Here's the handoff. Nutter back in the game, drives forward into about the 20-yard line, they'll say. So a pickup of about 3.5.
I try to keep it pretty flat.
So it'll be 2nd and 7 here as we come up on 1 minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Here's the handoff. Nutter picking up the 1st down as he's going to take it down to about the 11-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 here for the Comets. They can pick up a 1st down here, Steve, without scoring a touchdown, but they'd rather have the 6.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I like the way that Nutter just really moves between the tackles. He runs extremely well between the tackles as we're going to get Wojciechowski, and he's going to drag a pile and be close to another 1st down. Ball on the ground.
Ball came loose.
And the Bryan Golden Bears recover the fumble. A brutal, brutal turnover right there, going in for a touchdown. And Wojciechowski pleading his case, saying he was on the ground.
Just a mass of bodies in there in the scrum.
See where they spot the ball. They'll spot it at the about the 6-yard line. But oh my, what an unfortunate turn of events here for the Comets. So it's 1st and 10 here for Bryan. Schimler hands the ball off. And, well, let's see, a pickup of about maybe
1.
Maybe if that, as Pendergrass was brought down. They're going to give him credit for a yard pickup as
Michael Dieter came over to knock him down.
Yep, and we have not called his name much tonight as far as any individual plays go, but you know that he's been anchoring that line, as that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. I tell you, this one is going to be a beauty. We've got 1 quarter of football left, and it's a 2-point ball game as Bryan leads it 30-28 here on the Toledo Sports Network. fourth quarter ready to go here as the Bryan Golden Bears. Austin Schimler rolls out. He's in the end zone. Throws it over here on the left side, and let's see where they spot the ball. Will it be enough for a first down? Yes, it will. The reception was made at about the 20-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 here for Bryan.
It's Schimler's ability to get extra time. Right there, what he does is pirouettes out and allows his receiver to work back to him, and then he finds him to move the chains.
Tosses it over on the right side. Pass is complete over there to Nisley, and Nisley gets it close to the 40-yard line, picking up a first down in the process.
You know, Mike Bauman, we've seen this before. If you go back, if you remember, it's a guy that's playing in Missouri named, I think his name is Mark. Kind of looks like a lot of what we're seeing here tonight. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the ability of the dual threat, he reminds me a lot of that. I mean, we saw Matty Mogg pretty much single-handedly take that game over in the second quarter a couple of years ago in the playoffs at BG, Steve. But the thing with this guy is that he's so good throwing on the run. I think I would give him the edge with that in terms of Schimler. His accuracy on the run is unbelievable.
Well, it's going to be 2nd down here for Bryan. Here's a handoff over on the right side. And this time the Genoa defense converges, as I believe it was Zach Dean. It looks like it was Peters, actually. That was the ball carrier, and he's holding his shin there. It looks like it's stinging him a little bit. But it's 3rd down here, no gain, 3rd and 6. And right now, Bryan at their own 44-yard line here in the 4th quarter. Here's the snap. Schimler's going to keep it. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. Breaks a tackle, goes down the sideline, and he's going to take it to the house. 56 yards, touchdown, Bryan.
Wow. Talk about a back-breaking drive, Mick. A 95-yard drive that they've just completed in 6 plays, totally changing the look of this football game.
A 56-yard gallop there by Austin Schimler. Here's the point after. Kick is up, and it is no good. So it's still a one-score game, as it is 36-28.
Genoa Napa, your local auto parts store, located at State Route 51 in Genoa. It's time to prepare your vehicle for the harsh winter months. At Napa, we have what you need from antifreeze to wipers. Napa know-how, 21971 West State Route 51. First Federal Bank is a proud sponsor of high school football in Northwest Ohio. Genoa Jewelers, 611 Main Street in Genoa, has been serving the area with quality jewelry and gifts for over 19 years. Specializing in gold and silver repairs, Frank Comise has been a goldsmith for over 30 years. Our selection of Pulsar watches, Precious Moments figurines, reflections beads, Seraphim classics, and quality stellar rings, all at a price you can afford. Genoa Jewelers also buys gold and silver and has the perfect gift for that someone special. Stop out today at Genoa Jewelers, 611 Main Street in Genoa.
Here's the kickoff from Jones, a chip shot up high. It's going to be grabbed at the 44-yard line. And
that's pretty smart. We'll trade yards for touchdowns, huh?
Yes, we will. That one was grabbed there by Noah Goodrich. And Goodrich just fell right on it, so that gives Genoa instant field position. They have it at their own 44-yard line. 10:18 to go here in the 4th. Genoa trailing by 8, 36-28. Along with Steve Taylor and Mike Bauman, I'm Mick Gonzalez. Hope you're enjoying this first-round playoff game. Jake Wojciechowski trying to get around the left side.
Well, how about that? Yep. Tim Speeds comes right back to Wojciechowski, who fumbled the ball down on the goal line. The next play, he gives it right to him and says, hey, look, big guy, I'm going to need you.
Under 10 minutes to go here in the 4th. 2nd down and, well, we'll call it 10. He picked up about the length of the football, and that was it. Now here's on the right side as Casey goes, and he's able to move the ball down to the 49-yard line of Genoa, setting up a 3rd and 5. Here's the big play right now for Genoa. They need to keep this drive alive. They need to get to the Bryan 46-yard line. Logan Scott goes under center, takes a snap, drops back to pass. He's going to throw it in. He throws it right into the arms of Culler. Oh, my goodness. Sean Culler. It looked like Sean Culler was the intended receiver.
Don't know where he was throwing the football, Mick. He had 2 men open over there. I really don't know where he was throwing the football. Had 1 man short, 1 man deep. Look at him right here. He throws it. Look at it. There's a man open there. They had a man open deep. He throws it
in between.
Wow.
Mike Bauman, second turnover here for Genoa. We've had one already for Bryan earlier, and the turnover game hasn't been the turnover aspect hasn't really been that big until now.
Well, I think it's been big tonight for Genoa, Mick. I mean, you look at the situation tonight. You have a fumble near the goal line that leads to a touchdown. You had another fumble earlier in the football game that led to a touchdown. So that's 14 points that they've spotted these guys now with the touchdown. And over here on the sidelines, Logan Scott's disappointed, obviously, in throwing that last interception. He's got his teammate and a couple of coaches over here talking to him to try to keep his head up. After all, this is still only an 8-point game, but those 2 turnovers have been really huge. It's directly led to 14 points for Bryan tonight.
1st and 10 here at the 42 for Bryan. Here's the snap. Schemmler throws it over on the left side. The pass is complete, but the ball comes loose, and they're going to whistle it down. Oh my goodness. Are they going to say that he was down? Because the pass went to Brandon Ponsack.
Well, Ponsack was hit right away. That's a great read on the bubble screen. An excellent read.
Well, let's see right here. Oh, he was down. His bottom hit first. Then the ball came free. So it'll be 3rd down and 11. Ball at the 41-yard line after that loss. Schemmler in an empty backfield. He's got trips to the right, twins to the left. Here's Schemmler now. Drops back. He's going to fire it over the middle. And the ball goes incomplete. Tough break there is.
Schemmler throws the seam route very well. Look at him. Back foot hit. Look at him. That's a cannon. Man's open. He had a shot.
As he threw it where no one else could get it. But we've got 4th down here. Here's the snap. Culler will put it up as he punts a beautiful kick. This one's going to go inside the 10. This one's going to go into the end zone, a touchback. And now we've got a flag here.
Unnecessary roughness. That one's going to go against number 6 for the Comets. That's Tyler Rosick. Tyler just uncorked.
Bomber, you were down there. Did you get a glimpse of that? Mike Bauman was wondering if you got a glimpse of that play there in the end zone.
Well, right now, Tim Spees is asking his kid why. Why would you do that just in this situation? The ball goes in the end zone. It's clearly going to be a touchback, and he's not happy right now. And, really the story tonight, not to take anything away from Bryan, fellas, but we've seen a lot of miscues and, from the turnovers to the penalties with the Genoa Comets. I mean, this is a game that they're still in. But when you look at the mistakes that they've made this year, in this game, I mean, that's kind of what's really put them behind the 8 ball a little bit.
What are they marking off here? They're marking off.
Well, they're calling a personal foul against Bryan.
Yeah, I was good. Now it looks, it's going the other way now.
If we could get a look at that again, I want to see where they.
It may have happened earlier, guys. It may not have been what happened in the end zone, or it could have been the retaliatory. second man always gets it. If you look down in the corner right here. Okay, now watch. Now watch. 54 come up right there.
It's not much of a call, but it's enough. So Genoa with the ball. They're going to aim for it again. And Genoa fans wanting a foul to be called there, but an interference penalty, but none is called.
Well, all you got is a lot of hand fighting right there. No, neither guy is getting the upper hand there. I like taking the shot.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. The ball at the 35-yard line. Genoa with 7:42 to go.
But again, Speeds comes right back, lets Logan Scott know, hey, look, I still believe in you. Next play, pass play, he throws the deep one.
Now Scott gonna air it out over on the left side. Pass complete, enough for the first down and more. Into Bryan territory. And Casey goes. Gets it to about the 45-yard line of Bryan. 1st and 10. As they'll stop the clock to move the chains, and then they'll start it up again here on the referee's whistle. He's forced out by Peters.
That's just a one-read route right there. Ghost was the intended receiver the whole way. Ghost did a good job at working back toward his quarterback, giving him a lane to throw the ball to, but good job by Logan Scott getting rid of it.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the Bryan 45. They've run off a lot of time, and now Genoa's going to take a timeout.
Continental Office, 419-350-5529 is Toledo's go-to for creating great workspaces. We are dedicated to improving the quality of life in your workspace, pairing your space with your brand, philosophy, missions, and goals. Continental Office is a proud sponsor of Northwestern Ohio High School Athletics.
Dieter's going to pop on, take his first crack at putting up with us. Here we go, 1st and 10, the ball at the 45. Here's the handoff. Nutter fights forward, trying to get through. He's able to get it over about the 40-yard line, some extracurriculars, but
that's a good job at the officials not throwing a flag on neither one of those players, as Nino got tied up with the big linebacker, Jake Jones.
It'll make it 2nd and 5, the ball at the 40 of Bryan. 6 and 40 to go. They go up the gut, now there's another loose ball.
Genoa may have gotten on this one.
More importantly for them, though, time is not their friend.
Dieter comes away with it.
So Michael Dieter comes up with the ball. So it'll be 3rd down and about a yard to go.
Well, initially they had the first down. When the ball was fumbled, the ball rolled backwards, and Dieter picked it up just that half-yard short of the first down.
Logan Scott hands the ball off. Jake Wojciechowski will pick up the first down. He's driven back, but his forward progress takes him to about the 33-yard line. It'll be a fresh set of downs here for the Comets, but again, the clock is not their friend right now. 6 and 14 to go. Still a one-score ball game. They can get a touchdown and go for 2 to tie. But right now, they need to get it into the end zone. Here's the handoff. Driving forward, Nutter all the way down inside the 25 to the 20. A huge run there by David Nutter.
Now, if you're Genoa, you want to be quick, but you don't want to be in a hurry. Look at Nutter as he gets his team into the red zone. So the Comets are in the red zone, but what you want to do, idealistically, you'd like to score without leaving a lot of time on the clock for a very potent Bryan offense who's kind of had its way with you all night.
Well, Nutter takes it again, and he goes up the middle, and he'll pick up a couple of yards.
Nutter's got to be nearing 200 yards on this one.
So it'll be 2nd down and 8. The ball at the 18. Clock continues to go. 5 and 25 to go. Scott hands the ball off. Nutter fights forward there on the trap and is able to get it to the 15-yard line. So a pickup of about 3, making it 3rd down and 5. 5 and 10 to go here in this 4th quarter. A hard-fought football game, but what would you expect from the 2 of the top teams in the state? Logan Scott takes a snap. He's going to play it back, and now he's going to pass it on the right-hand side. Pass is complete. Quentin Spees, touchdown, Genoa Comets.
Oh, that's a great design right there. Great design. They take and overload the left side, Nick, and the defense reacts to that side. You see him look that way, fake that way, and then throw back to the other side. That's the old throwback to the tight end. Once again, Quentin Spees, the recipient of that.
You look here on the replay. He drops back, and Spees had to wait, look that pass in, but then once he did that, he dove for the end zone. Important is also the clock, because it does not run on a 2-point conversion attempt. So Logan Scott now with a full backfield. They hand the ball off, and they get it. 2-point conversion is good. We've got a tie ball game.
A direct snap.
And how important are those 2 missed extra points from Bryan? Absolutely monstrous right now. So with 4:49 to go here in the ball game, we are all tied up at 36. When you got 2 of the top 3 teams in the state. So I was going to say 4:49 left to play, but maybe.
4:49 in regulation.
We'll go with that. Cody Pickard set to kick off as he sends it up high, and it'll be short at about the 12-yard line. Trying to get outside over the 20, and a shaking off a tackle over the 30 and brought down at about the 35, 36-yard line was Peters. And it's going to be at the 36 of Bryan, so decent field position for them to start this drive.
Well, I tell you what, the Gunners for Genoa got up the field and almost overcommitted right there. It slowed the ball carrier up enough to where you could have troops getting there. But here it is right here. Here's a critical defensive series right now.
Schimler rolls out to his right. He's going to fire it over there. A quick hitter. It's complete to the 40-yard line as Rao was the receiver, so he picks up about 4 yards. He's 2nd and 6. Clock continues to run. 4:20 to go here in this 4th quarter. Bryan taking their time. Ball on the right hash mark. Schimler takes the snap. He's going to look out to his left. Now he's going to throw it up over the middle to pass in and out of the hands of Pendergrass.
Well, what I want you to watch is how this kid just looks off the safety. He looks off the safety, and then he comes back to Color. Color was who he wanted to throw the ball to the whole time. He looks him off and allows him to, on the crossing route, to get open. And I tell you what, Color just flat dropped the football.
3rd down and 6. 4:03 to go. Schimler barking out signals. Takes a snap. He's going to keep it. He drives forward, picks up the 1st down, breaks free, in over the 45, the 40, 35, 30, 25. He's dropped down inside the 25 at the 23. But a huge run there by Austin Schimler.
Schimler has been the difference in this game. He's over 100 yards rushing with that run. Look at him right there. He's got strong ears. You can't arm tackle the kid.
He just picked up 36 on this rush right here. So we come back to live action. 1st and 10 at the Genoa 24-yard line. Here's the snap. Schimler keeps it again. This time around, he is pulled back as Michael Dieter grabbed a hold and would not let go. So he pulls up Schimler. Fixes it, and that's something you don't see when an opposing player fixes your jersey. Good sportsmanship shown there by Michael Dieter. Part of the reason of why he's going to be playing football on Saturdays next fall up in Madison, Wisconsin.
Well, this guy that he helped up, I tell you, he has 116 yards rushing in addition to the 332 yards passing.
Genoa's firing the B gap, guys, right here.
So it's 2nd and 6. Here's Pendergrass going around the outside, but he's going to be dropped back for a loss. He'll be dropped near the original line of scrimmage.
Excellent pursuit on the outside. Really, really firing off the edges. Look at him running to the football like your hair is on fire. Great job at stringing that out.
You see over there, in on the stop there for Genoa was Kyle Edwards. And we've got a whistle. Well, no, we don't. The clock continues to run. 2:20 to go.
3rd and 10, and this is huge if you're a Genoa Comet fan.
Ball near the right hash mark. Austin Schimler taking his time. Takes the snap. Throws it up over the middle. Pass complete. Pendergrass. Pendergrass is, you think he's going to pick up the first down.
Well, he's got enough for it, Mick.
Oh, my goodness. He had to fight for it, but he was able to get enough to move the sticks. 2:01 to go. Genoa has 2 timeouts left.
Well, I tell you what, that Pendergrass made a great effort to get the first down, but that's all Schimler. Schimler threw him open right there. He totally understands this offense. He totally understands where the defense is and what they're doing. And when they try to blitz, he's made them pay as he finds a hot read every time.
Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle they go. Miner gets it inside the 10-yard line to about the 9. And it's going to be a pickup of about 6, maybe 7. Let's call it 6. Ball's going to be spotted at the 8. Minute 20 to go. Still counting.
Oh, that's B minor.
Yep. So, 2nd and 4. They could clock winding down. Genoa's got to come up with some stops here because time is not their friend. Man in motion. Here's the snap. They go up the middle. And not much there. Pick up a maybe 2. And this time, Tim Spiess is going to call a timeout with 52 seconds to go.
Whether you support the Comets, the Panthers, or the Bulldogs, the Eagles, Wildcats, or Flyers, we at Genoa Bank support you. We're a local bank that takes pride in serving our community with personal and prompt service, innovative products, and stable financial guidance. We're a bank that believes in playing our part. And well, that's earned us quite a few fans of our own. Genoa Bank, playing our part in the community, taking your banking needs personally.
Fellas, all I can keep thinking down here watching this would have made one heck of a state championship game, wouldn't it? It just seems like such a shame that this is happening in the first round, but that's the way things shook out. But I think the key right here is obviously you got to make sure that you watch the outsides, but really the most dangerous that I feel like Schimler has been is when he's been able to get around the edge. So the last couple of plays, Tim Spiess has been the head coach that he's been, telling these guys to watch out for the gaps. I think he wanted somebody to shoot the B gap a couple plays ago, and he was just shouting out for Michael Dieter this last time. So I think they're ready for what's coming. It's just a matter of can they stop it.
Well, here we go. 3rd down and 2. Bryan can pick up a first down without scoring a touchdown. Here's the snap. Schimler, he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bryan Golden Bears.
Wow. Well, Genoa did a good job at pinching down and not allowing Schimler to get to the outside. This time it's nothing but real estate over there, and Schimler just walked in.
So it's a 6-yard touchdown run there by Austin Schimler. Here's the point after. The kick is up, and this time the kick is good. So with 48 seconds to go, Bryan leads it by a score of 43-36. And right now, if you're Genoa, you need one of those Casey Goes coast-to-coast touchdown runs.
Well, let me tell you what's not going to happen. They're not going to kick the ball in Casey Goes. You can believe that. I believe they're gonna squib kick it up to one of the up men, because when they squib kick it to the back, they find a way to get the ball to Casey Goes. So I expect them to do another, almost an onside kick.
Of course, the thing is that if you do that, you give them instant field position.
Field position or points?
Well, depends. It depends. Because if you give them field position this close to midfield, they can at least try for the end zone.
Well, we've got 48 seconds to find out.
Yes, we do. By the way, the number 1 seed in this part of the bracket, Riverview defeated Lake, so they will play the winner of this
rather
ball.
Handily.
Yes, and they will play the winner of this game. Here's the squib up the middle that you called. That's picked up at the 25 by Goes, flies through up over the 35 to about the 38-yard line, and that's where Genoa has it. It'll be 1st and 62 with 43 seconds to go. Bomber, something that we haven't seen much of is how Genoa handles themselves here. It's going to be at the 39, so 1st and, as I call it, 61. But we're going to see how they do here in their 2-minute offense.
Well, big number 25's back in there, David Nutter. You know he wasn't going to sit this one out. But they practice these types of situations, fellas. They're going to be ready for this.
Scott flushed out, looks over to his left, throws it over the middle. Intercepted, and that's going to do it.
You can't do that. You can't do that. You absolutely can't do that. The first read wasn't there. Logan has to throw the football away. He pirouettes out of there and throws in the coverage. He's covered there. There's nothing there. Right now, time is your best asset. You cannot take and throw in the triple coverage. Look at him. Nothing's over there. 1, 2, 3 golden bears over there. There's no way that's going to be complete.
And it'll be victory formation here for Bryan with 35 seconds to go. They'll take a knee, and they'll take on, I believe it's River Valley. I think I said Riverview is River Valley that they will take on from Caledonia. So it'll be, oh, here we go. Some frustration there.
Oh, that's just a little Tampa Bay Buccaneer football right there, firing off the football.
And you see over there, I look there on the field, and some of the guys are playing in their last game for Genoa. David Nutter, as a timeout is going to be taken. Of course, you see right there on your screen, big number 73, Michael Dieter. I've watched him all 4 years of his high school playing, and now he's going to be playing up on Saturdays up in Wisconsin, University of Wisconsin bound. And
I'm sure that's the farthest thought from his mind at the moment.
Oh, absolutely. You know it, but it will change when next spring comes along and he starts having to thinking about workouts. But, you know, the guy you got to think about is wearing number 12 in white. As Austin Schimler put on a clinic here tonight, played his heart out.
I tell you what, if anything, our Taz Electronics player of the game has to be Austin Schimler. Over 300 yards passing, over 100 yards rushing. 2 touchdowns rushing. He cemented this game. He put his handprints on this game, and he is the reason that the Bryan Golden Bears have defeated the Genoa Comets here in Genoa, and they'll move on.
43-36, the final. Bomber, this was one of those games where I'd say, yeah, it's pretty much as advertised, but just too much Austin Schimler here for Bryan, and Genoa could not counteract that.
Well, you got to feel for Logan Scott, fellas. I mean, over 1,200 yards coming into this game, completing better than 50% of his throws. And, you know, right before I said that, I said they'd be ready, and I think they were ready. They practice these types of situations, and situational football is something that every team prepares for, and I think that's a situation where the adrenaline's pumping. The play it doesn't go as advertised because of the pressure that Bryan was bringing all night long, and Logan Scott just has that fight in him to make a play, and unfortunately that time he probably should have just thrown that football away, and I'm sure that's going to go through his head. But you know what? The game doesn't come down to that, fellas. You look at the turnovers and the penalties tonight, it never comes down to one play. And bottom line is there's 14 points on that football scoreboard tonight that Bryan got because of Genoa turnovers. So you can't take anything away from what Schimmeler did. He was incredible. The defense played really well, I thought, for the most part. But, you know, when you turn the football over like that against a 10-0 team, they're going to take advantage, and I think that's what happened here tonight.
Well, that's going to do it from here in Genoa. It was a wonderful season here. It was a wonderful game here tonight. And I tell you, I had a lot of fun calling this one, Steve.
Man, it's been another great run for the Genoa Comets, ending kind of early. They're quite accustomed to long playoff runs. Unfortunately, this one won't be it. As you get a look at Austin Schimmeler, our player of the game, 332 yards passing, 116 yards rushing, actually 121 yards rushing as he capped off that last drive with a touchdown run. But he is all everything, and he's the reason that the Bryan Golden Bears are moving on to play their #1 seed next week.
Yeah, they'll be playing River Valley next week from Caledonia. And that's 1 versus 2 pretty much. So you know, it's going to be an exciting matchup for here in Division 4. And for the Genoa Comets, well, you know what? It's a very disappointing and bitter end to their season. But when they look back, when they give us the passage of time and they look back on this season, they're going to see that they had something pretty special here that they should be proud of. So that's going to do it from here at Genoa High School. For Mike Bauman, for Steve Taylor, for our cameramen Dylan and Mike Downey, thank you so much. I'm Mick Gonzalez saying so long, everyone. Your final once again. The Bryan Golden Bears defeat the Genoa Comets 43-36 here in the opening round of state high school football action. As you've been watching boys high school football right here on the Toledo Sports Network. Good night.